Kilauea, earthquakes follow eruptions from Hawaii volcano. A number of strong earthquakes have hit Hawaii's Big Island, a day after the eruption of the Kilauea volcano. One quake, a 6.9 magnitude southeast of the volcano, was the most powerful to hit the U.S. state since 1975. It briefly cut power, and sent people fleeing from buildings, but there was no tsunami warning. Meanwhile, there were several fresh eruptions sending up fountains of lava 30 meters, 100 feet, destroying several homes and leaving fissures on 3 streets. The Civil Defense Agency told any remaining residents to evacuate. It said there were deadly levels of dangerous sulfur dioxide gas in the air and emergency crews would not be able to help anyone affected. The new volcanic activity in Mt Kilauea's lower east drift zone amounted to vigorous lava spattering, the US Geological Survey, USGS, said, adding that additional outbreaks in the area were likely. The lava was not traveling more than a few tenths of yards from the vents, which were on streets in the Lalani Estates neighborhood near Big Island's eastern tip, the USGS said. However, ground deformation was continuing and there was high earthquake activity in the area, it said. Meanwhile, the level of the lava lake inside the volcano was continuing to drop. 2 homes had been destroyed in the latest activity, ABC quoted Hawaii Island Mayor Carrie Kim as saying. Residents described fleeing their homes on Thursday evening. "My family is safe, the rest of this stuff can be replaced. When I bought here 14 years ago, I knew that this day would eventually come. But the reality is sinking in now," one resident told Hawaii News Now. A spokesperson for the county of Hawaii's mayor, Janet Snyder, said elevated levels of sulfur dioxide were stopping people returning to evacuated areas. "It is quite toxic and in fact, even our first responders find it too hazardous at this time to go back into the subdivisions without heavy, protective equipment," she said. Thursday's eruption prompted a local state of emergency and the mandatory evacuation of 1,700 residents. Community centers have been opened to provide shelter for evacuees. Kilauea is one of the world's most active volcanoes and the eruption follows a series of recent earthquakes. Officials had been warning residents all week they should be prepared to evacuate as an eruption would give little warning. A volcanic crater vent, known as Pu'ua, collapsed earlier this week, sending lava down the mountain slopes towards populated areas. Hawaii's governor, David Ige, said he had activated military reservists from the National Guard to help evacuate thousands of people.